Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chaos Incorporated, our bi-weekly show of Identico. We're all in a place today. How is
We're all at about 75%, maybe less.
I'm at a good 83.
I'm 83. See, there we go.
I'm feeling about 23%. So
okay,
I've got 17. So if I can, vibe with Michael, we got 100 covered.
There you go.
We can balance it out.
We can
folks.
totally vibe, Kaylee.
We're gonna be okay. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry about our brief hiatus. We all hoped that 2023 was going to start a little smoother, just a smidge, and I'm getting head shakes across the board. We're all muddling through it. I promise. As always, I am Alex the Humanoid. I am your game runner. I do have some fun announcements. So if you go to DriveThruRPG right now, you will find we finally did it. And all credit to the Mallow Man who spearheaded this project. The errata document is up there. There is an entirely updated hacking section. There is so much stuff. So many little corrections and ads and things like that. So you can go to DriveThruRPG right now. It is there. You can download it. It is free. It is entirely free. It took us a little while, and we, but I looked over the document the other day, and it's really, really phenomenal. So go grab the errata document, because now you can play more Identico. There's more equipment in there. There's updated weapons tables. There's more talents. There is a hugely expanded hacking section. There's more programs. There's more everything. So we are giving you more for free, right? So go out and try new games.
Is there more cowbell?
You know what? I think he forgot the cowbell.
Damn it!
All right. So we're gonna get on Mallow. Michael shaking his head. He's just like, no cowbell. There it is. Damn it. So thank you all for joining us. I once again joined by our wonderful cast, starting with Michael, who plays our Leo Maxi. Michael, how are you today?
Michael is doing well. I'm just checking in for him. He's doing great. I'll give you my quote. I'll start the night off right here. In the confusion, we stay with each other, happy to be together, speaking without uttering a single word.
It's a good one. I like it. Next in the shoot is our good friend Kaylee, who's playing our hacker Chone.
Who has a cold, so if I occasionally mute to blow my nose, you're welcome. Oh, you probably want a quote, too, that's not about my nose.
Do you have one for your nose?
No. Well, I have one that's really loud. If you've never cried, your eyes can't be so beautiful. If you've never been hurt, you can't feel the pain of others.
Oh.
Going deep. Love it. Very deep. We're setting the tone early tonight, folks. We're setting it early tonight. Next up the shoot is longtime cast member and our good friend Caleb, who plays Zed Lane, the operative.
Revenge is a confession of pain.
So what you're telling me is that Zed is in pain all the time.
Golly.
I would argue that the Klingons also think it's a dish best served cold.
Isn't that like one of the wiggly wormy dishes?
Also known as revenge, yes.
Oh boy.
I think it's Gak.
There you go. And last but certainly not least, it is Dot playing Stitches, our erstwhile merc.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Which is what Dot says every time Stitches gets into a firefight. Hoping that Stitches will live to see the next one.
She's made it this far.
She has. She has.
5% of her has.
I don't even know what episode we're on. This is season 2, episode something. Kaylee probably knows better than I do. We're at season 2, episode 12. This is amazing. So, with all that being said, last session, They finished off interrogating the person they had taken prisoner at the airport. And after they finished interrogating them, everyone left the room so that Maxie could finish them.
In a nice way.
Not everybody left the room. Stitches stayed.
True.
Stitches stayed. The
Let's
team went
watch.
back to the condo to try and mend their wounds,
Your
both
lucky toes.
mental, physical, and emotional, all three. After a lot of discussion, they kind of started to mend where they were, get back right with the world, and then all of a sudden, someone appeared in Chone's room, someone that only Chone recognized. And that is where we will pick up today.
I think Maxie did
Maxie
not
was-
have pants on.
Yes, Maxie was in the room, but did not have pants on. Maxie, you see a man. It's hard to pick out an ethnicity. It's kind of muddled. He looks to be about 5'7", 5'8", with a wiry, like, muscular type build, but very white. Not like bulky, but very, like, lithe. He's wearing... You would almost classify it like a military, like a battle dress uniform, but it's strange, and you've never seen one quite in that pattern before. He appears to be sitting on the opposite side of the room from Chone, and you do see a look of recognition on Chone's face as he says, "Hello again."
Yes, you learned a new trick, it appears.
I got here outside of the quantum state.
Should
Which is impressive. How?
Chone, as you look closer, you see that he, like, parts of his uniform are covered in what appears to be blood. He goes, "Lots of practice."
Is any of that yours?
Oh, most of it.
Where is Stitches in the room? I'm sorry, I forgot already.
No.
I
Can
I know
somebody go
Z-
get Stitches?
Zed ran into the room last time.
I'm pretty sure was Maxie and Stitches still outside? Is that what we were doing?
I thought. See, I remember I remember ending this episode. I thought with Maxie on the patio.
Oh,
eating.
on the patio.
Yeah,
There
we
you
were
go.
still
I
outside.
think
We were
Maxie
around.
and
Zed's in
Stitches
the
were
room.
on the patio. Only
Yeah.
Zed.
Sorry.
I don't
As
think
the
we've been-
official
I got
scribe,
that mixed
would
up.
Yeah.
As the official scribe, I would like to see the group outside hears a male's voice from Chone's room. They rush in.
Okay.
Chone is actually unconscious with Abi standing over him, and they wake him up.
Okay. Well.
There we go.
You know, you guys could read the notes I painstakingly
I-
write every time.
I was trying to.
I'm in the middle of
I
a
was-
remodel.
I was skimming.
Terrible. Terrible.
I was
I started
also.
at the beginning though. I
So there we
should've started
go.
At the end.
Yeah.
Brr, remix.
Fix
So
it.
y'all had run into the room.
Stitches, this is Abi. Can you look and see if that he's still depositing blood in his thing?
Depositing his blood and where?
Do you see the clothing he is wearing? That's the blood on it.
Uh huh.
It's the darker splotches. Can
He looks down and he goes, "I think I've stopped most of it."
Okay. Yeah. Stitches goes over to Abby and like starts.
As you try to
Lift.
touch him, your hand passes through.
Okay, so
What?
not here. So you didn't get all the way here.
Not quite.
Okay.
Maxie starts.
I can't fix that. I hope you know. I can't help with this.
Maxie starts looking around for like a hollow projector, like something that's projecting this image into the room.
He's actually just
Give me a perception check.
Oh, nice.
He looks at Joan. He goes, "These are the friends you told me about."
yeah.
That is
Most
a
of them.
12 for perception. So
You
know.
You don't see anything. He goes, "They look nice."
Yeah, we're just we're having a bit of a rough patch at the moment.
Looks over at the other ones. He goes, a couple of them look a little wounded.
That's an astute observation and slightly understating it. But yes, yeah. There was a fight.
Gotcha.
Hi. Who are you, please?
He goes, my name's Abiel. I met your friend Chon a little while back when she was captured. They were captured.
Abiel? Like an angel?
I don't know if that translates.
No, not angel.
He goes, so, how's it going?
She took another swing at us, and that's what ended us here.
He goes, how long has it been for you?
A few weeks.
Okay.
I really should set a timer.
He goes, it's been 26 years.
Okay, then about time you learned that trick then.
He goes, I helped your friend. You've seen the stuff she can do. They can do now.
You taught Chon how to do all of that?
Yeah.
But that's why there's a target on our backs.
Well, the target was there before. He goes, he looks over at Chon. He goes, do you mind if I try and...
Oh, go right ahead. I've not had a lot of luck with it, so.
He goes, Chon told me your whole thing. He goes, when you were in California, he goes, Chon and the other one who used to be with you.
Wait, you can do weird sciencey magic, but you don't know California?
Apex. You are speaking of Apex.
They don't have a California anymore where Abby's from.
How do you not have a California?
Where's
this person from?
Do you remember when I said that if she got if she got off planet, it would be bad for the entire planet and for like all of humanity?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I told you that that is something I know could happen in the future?
Yes.
Perhaps I learned it from somebody from the
So this is an alien?
Future. From the future.
He goes,
human variant,
he's like, I'm human if that's what you're asking.
just from a long way away.
A long time away.
Yes, and a galaxy far, far away.
Same galaxy.
Really? I thought it was further than that.
No, we figured it out.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I'm gonna be over here.
He goes, your other friend, because now he's looking at Maxie because Maxie was picking up on what he was setting down.
Apex.
When you were there, the machine called them beautiful. Do you remember? It wanted them, but not you guys.
I do recall being rejected, yes.
That's why. You've been running into people with weird abilities, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Chon and Apex have those abilities, but theirs aren't as apparent.
Wait. This is new. This is
Apex had abilities?
Apex is not aware of those abilities. I ran into Chon because I got sucked into a quantum gravity well, for lack of a better term. When Chon got captured a little while ago, she was holding Chon in a quantum computer. A really powerful one. When I was trying to project back, it sucked me in. That's where I met Chon. By the way, to the audience, you can catch this episode on youtube.com/Identico.
To be
Product
clear,
placement.
Chone's consciousness was being held in a quantum prison.
Before you pulled her out, them out.
They both work. You're good.
I understand that makes sense. Their physical body was present, but
Maxie, you're good. Either works.
understood. But their physical body was present.
But their consciousness
Was jacked in to this computer.
Yes. And the power of the quantum computer sucked me in when I was trying to project back.
I just want it to be clear that Stitches is making the same face.
No, Maxie's very much making this face too. Like,
the person you've been fighting and the computer, we're still fighting them.
in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere far away.
26 years in the future. Is
No.
that correct? No.
Way
Further
more.
in the
It's
future.
been 26 years since I saw Abby a couple weeks ago when you guys rescued me. It's been 26 years for Abby since you guys rescued me.
This is why we still haven't figured out time travel, because it's fucking stupid math.
He goes, nobody's really figured out time travel. It's not really traveling. I'm just projecting.
So you're like, in a phone call. You're calling us from the future.
Chone's ability Chone and Apex have the ability to alter quantum states.
That's why you can do the blinky thing. That's why you can, right? Am I
Yes.
picking it up?
Thank you. I've been trying to explain this for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Their eyes glaze over, and then I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing it right.
It's confusing as hell.
It's also something that none of us can do. So it
Not everyone can. It's a mutation
this side.
for lack of a better term.
Well, I'm sorry, Chone. I'm trying to understand. I really am.
So you're still fighting Kelly Aguilar
We
and
don't call her that anymore.
what do you call her?
It's a weird pronunciation. She's basically an avatar of death now.
That can't be good.
Yeah, the computer's trying to destroy the universe, but that's a whole other.
Maxie, why didn't you kill her?
In hindsight, it seems as though I might have made a tactical error.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you
In
would have
the
shot her,
moment-
the bullet would have just bounced off because she's a fucking robot.
Yeah.
In the
Stitches
moment,
takes-
it seemed like the prudent choice.
Stitches takes her one good elbow and just gives you a jab.
As I told your friend Chone, we're trying to see if you all can alter things.
Alter the future, not like quantum alter things.
So is this like that one movie where if you change something in the past, it changes the future? Or is this like that other movie where when you change something, it makes branching timelines and universes?
Or is this unlike any film or media we have seen regarding time travel? Or time...
He goes, you're lucky Chone
Manipulation.
explained to me what a movie was.
Oh, good God.
We had a long conversation on this beach about it.
There's no movies in the future? And there's no California. I'm out.
Zed's just upset because then Hot Tub Time Machine 14 wouldn't exist.
That was the good one. That was when Dwayne Johnson III and Chris Rock made a robot.
And they brought John Cusack's son Tyrone back to play.
Yeah, it was great. I liked that one. I didn't know Chris Rock could age so well. He's fantastic.
They de-aged him using a quantum computer.
Tyrone
like-
Cusack.
Is that how this
is a
started?
It was
For the
talented.
movie?
No,
talented actor.
It was. Wait.
we're getting a little far afield. We don't need to talk about movies. They don't have the same sort of information infotainment that we do. They're fighting a war.
He goes,
just table the no movies thing, and we'll move
the
on.
short answer is we don't know. We don't know if it's a
if you don't have
branching
movies?
timeline,
Oh,
or if it's fixed, or if you can change it. But if you can, we'd really like you to.
and that's why Abby was kind of coming back here to see if they could kind of use us as a fulcrum point to possibly prevent Kelly from getting off planet, and thus
More
possibly
specifically,
even
the entity. You have to prevent the machine from getting off the planet.
They're kind of a package deal at this point.
Wouldn't it have made sense to try to go back further, or was that to project back further earlier in the time
The problem is it's not just about that. It's time and space, and we have a hard time aiming sometimes, especially since we don't know where we came from.
Like sometimes when I wake up in the morning, it is difficult to aim.
It's gonna be harder now, buddy.
Trying to keep.
Nonetheless, it also has something. I get the feeling it also has something to do with being able to connect with another Tangled, another person who can actually see and interact. The quantum computing state has just gotten to the point, and the mutations have just gotten to the point where we're kind of in sync.
So it may not have been possible to go earlier because someone with your abilities didn't exist earlier.
Right. Chone's kind of a magnet.
Believe me,
So-
I've noticed.
So, hold on. I just want to sum up. So you're from way in the future. I'm talking to Abi. And somewhere super far away, but still in this galaxy.
Yeah.
You don't super know how you got there, but you're kind of mostly human.
Yeah.
You and others, or you and everyone, have these wild quantum powers.
Less than 0.5%. Very small.
And you're fighting a war against this entity and a future evolution iteration of who we know currently as Kelly Aguilar.
Sounds like you've got it pretty well in hand.
But you're here now because in the future, this is like a Hail Mary. Oh, you don't know that term. In the future, you're trying to make a last-ditch effort to find some new tactical way to handle this. So you figured out you could project yourself with your quantum powers to other points in the timeline, and you've connected to Archon because they are also developing these powers. But it's also possible that your interaction is what developed those powers, even though developing the powers is what led to your interaction.
I'm pretty sure the powers were already nascent in Chone, and I think your friend Apex as well. But when Aguilar captured Chone and jacked them into that quantum computer, it opened it up.
It's a genetic mutation, from what I can tell.
Okay.
We can go into genetic drift later. I've just started reading about it.
No, thank you, please. This is too confusing already.
When you say that, Abby looks at you and goes,
Fine.
it seems like you've got a pretty good handle on what's going on.
If understanding the mutation would help understand what's happening to Chone more, I would like to know more.
You'll figure it out eventually.
But anyway, you're here for a reason. I'm sure you didn't just stop by to, like, give everyone else the 411 on what's going on.
He goes, I'm checking in to see if you'd made any progress. I was hoping to hit you a little further in the timeline.
No, not. We've kind of hit a dead end. Well, correction, our lead has become dead. And
Kelly Aguilar is dead?
No. The person we were trying to use to get
Oh.
to the people that were working with Kelly
He
Aguilar.
goes, yeah, like I said, I was trying to hit you a little later. Looks like I overshot. But this is probably the last one I've got.
Goody. Okay. Did you get any? Do you have any more fixed points on like when they managed to get off Earth? A year, a month, a date? How much? Do we have a time frame?
Because it's not... People on your planet, they're already out in the solar system, aren't they?
Yeah,
Not long.
but Aguilar is here. The machine is still here.
10, 15 years tops.
Okay. I was expecting 10 to 15 days, so yours is better. Still urgent, not emergent. Okay.
We'd really like you to destroy the entity. That would be helpful.
What?
We'd have
Okay.
to figure out where the entity exists, because right now, as far as I can tell, it's everywhere.
And how do you expect us to do that?
It's in its nascent form right now. I don't know.
Okay.
What
What
is
have you already
the en-
tried?
And what is it? What is the entity?
It started as an AI that started on your planet.
Right? So, but what have you already tried to destroy it? Because I'm assuming that there's been an effort, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what hasn't worked so we don't keep repeating those mistakes?
Oh, it controls a craft the size of a large sun, so we're kind of screwed.
Which is why we're kind of back here, so get it while catch it while it's small.
That's not...
So, to Stitch's point, she's saying, "What have you thrown at this thing, so we
Before
don't
it
try
got
it
to this
again
point."
now?"
Yes.
Or has? Well, I guess
lo-
there's no before for them.
We lost track of it. It appeared, it reappeared about 200 years ago.
Okay.
So while there may be a number of AIs currently existence on the planet, how many of them would be powerful enough to
Alex,
become an entity of this size?
we know who the AI is. But
You do.
Okay. Well, there's only been one AI who used to be human.
The benevolent guy?
Yeah.
So that's who evolved into this universe-destroying thing, piloting a ship that's the size of a sun, a star.
Yeah, I think that's pretty right. That's pretty accurate.
You know, we used to do normal things. I used to go to conferences and buy out companies.
Well, if you also remember, we just had the discussion where I think I should probably take off and work on this so you guys don't all get blown up.
But that...
Well, no, we're not doing that.
But then you could go back to taking over companies,
I don't want to do that anymore.
being a dick in your spare time.
I don't want to do that anymore.
No, Zed has taken to being a dick full time.
Wow, there's a lesson right there.
Considering your dick is hanging out, sir.
Is it? Is Maxie just standing here naked?
Maxie came running. Maxie was naked on the patio,
Oh, that's right.
and Maxie just came running into the room. So
I forgot.
So basically, the problem is, I've got a target on my back. I'm assuming Apex is slightly safer because she doesn't know what she's doing. She's not using her abilities. She's not developing her abilities. So Kelly and the AI are not probably aware of her at this time.
Well, if you recall, you had the IOG pick up Apex
Right.
and relocate her after you were captured.
So, I mean, they may suspect, but they don't know for sure because we also blew up the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is a huge problem, and it's something I don't know if we're going to be able to do, but we've got to try. For, like, humanity's future.
No, I believe you are absolutely correct, Joan. We must determine a course of action.
Okay,
And-
so
An AI of that size would not have a centralized computing core, correct? It would be distributed computing.
No, it would probably have a centralized spot. Like Larry Moe and Curly.
But
But the resources would be vast, it would be using, yes. And it probably has links online.
so there should only be a limited number of facilities that could contain the sheer amount of computing power required to maintain an AI of that size, correct?
Theoretically, yes.
But wouldn't it be able to just move from place to place if need be?
But we're talking...
It needs capacity and
Yeah.
bandwidth.
An AI of that
Yes.
complexity requires space. Lots of RAM.
oh, you know RAM, but you don't know California. Ass.
I probably think 640 gigs is enough.
So, that being the case, then, Joan, would you be able to identify a number of locations where the benevolent AI may be housed?
The problem is it could be housed in any number of those locations. Every single megacorp that's out there has computing resources that could do this, along with many other smaller companies. It's really hard. Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Future Man.
His name's Abi.
He chuckles at that.
I break the tension, Joan. You have been attempting to communicate. You've been trying to reach out. You've been trying to find a way to change the future, possibly. You've been helping Chone understand these new powers. Is there anything else you can provide us? A resource, a tool, information to try to accomplish this goal? We're on board, but our resources are insignificant. Doesn't begin to describe the word if what you're saying is true.
Dwindling by the minute, and Stitches shows Abby her arm. That is
Exponentially dwindling.
He looks at your arm and he goes, "You should have that looked at. Don't they make cyber arms?"
Yes, don't start.
Okay.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, look at mine. They're garbage.
He goes, "They look pretty nice to me."
I might not know how to use them. I don't think I know how to use them yet.
Look, at some point, and there's 3 points that we don't know. At some point, it's going to transfer its central core to something in the solar system. That's how it's going to escape. And it's going to run. That's number one. It's going to take Aguilar with it. We don't know if this happens right before or right after, but we suspect right before. It moves its central core. It comes into contact with something else. Something that infects the central core. It changes it. Now, based on my conversations with Chone and talking to my mentors, I'm fairly certain from the time that it uploaded itself, when it was human, that it's been gradually rewriting itself, evolving, changing itself, becoming less human as each iteration goes. Does that make sense?
Like when you photocopy a photocopy.
Right. But in this case, it's photocopying but sharpening the image at the same time. It's becoming more powerful every time it rewrites itself. Right?
Copy.
Is it trying to take over bodies yet?
Sort of? Isn't that...
I believe, wasn't Aguilar's
I think
companion?
Yeah.
No, that was more like a sex toy Rav.
Yeah, but the tech that
I
you're
think-
working on is... that they were working on is similar.
Yeah. I think the cyber zombie that we ran into in her house before it went kaboom was possibly a first attempt of that.
It's going to start trying to take over bodies. But it's going to come into contact with something that infects its evolution process. It's going to turn it into something worse. I don't know if that's happened yet.
I have a question, Avi.
B. It's with a B. A-B-I, not
Avi,
A-B-I.
I apologize. This has been a lot to take in.
He shrugs.
Abi, if there are beings like yourself that can project into another part of time,
Me.
so you are the only person in your timeline that can project.
This far back, yeah.
Does it stand to reason that the AI may have agents that can also project?
That's always been the thing that stymied it. Every time it tried to take over body, this is why it tried to take over body. It was trying to take control of Entangled, like Chone. But every time it tried, it failed. There's something about the mutation with the Entangled that makes it difficult, if not impossible, for it to use Chone's type of abilities once the AI has tried to take control of it.
So it only ever tried to take over Entangled.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
It only ever tried to invade Entangled.
No, it's invaded a whole bunch of people, but it's
So what-
failed when it tries with Entangled.
What happens to the other people, though?
Like the regular folks it takes over.
They become extensions of it.
Okay, so that's its reach then, right? So we've talked about how it needs a facility to host itself.
Yes.
That's its reach.
And then it would also need individuals with accessible cyberware.
Right. And then Stitches waves her arm at Zed's face and she's like, not so stupid now, is it?
Maxie unconsciously traces the scar, like on his next to his eyes.
Chone, what would you like to do?
I'd kind of like to wake up now, but that's really not an option.
No, okay. Yes. I mean, you are clearly a integral part of Aguilar's plan. You and people like you that have this entanglement ability, right? Or is that right?
Close enough.
Mutation.
What do you want to do?
I think we need to fight it, but they're coming after me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the target right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys should seriously run, because you've already you've lost an arm. Maxie's almost lost stuff. Zed got hurt. Look at his face.
I got better. We're fine.
Here's the thing, though, Chone. We've gone through all of these things, and we're still here for you. We all want to be here for you. We all want to be here doing this.
Abby says, listen to your family. Please don't ever think that I did this by myself. I would have died a long time ago had I tried.
Chun kind of shoots a look over at Abby. Like, thanks for having my back, dick. Doesn't verbalize it, but then turns back. It's like, all right, if y'all are going to be just insane enough, I don't know what to do next. We had a lead on this church to find Kelly, which would lead us to the AI. But that lead.
Chon, didn't you tell me the people you were working for wanted you to find these people anyway?
Yeah,
you said a lot of peoples.
Why can't we still use the church? Why can't we still use the contact with the church? Why can't we present ourselves?
Lying in a puddle in the middle of the airfield. Remember that part?
But her father isn't.
We have no in with him yet.
We had her. We were there. We can say that we were part of her team because we were. We can provide some sort of closure or some level of grief support to her father.
We could get hired to exact revenge.
Exactly.
Abby, you said 3 important points, though. You said 1. What were the other 2?
He makes contact with whatever infects them. They get out of here.
Here, wait, what's here? The solar system, or
yeah.
Okay.
They get out of the solar system. The third one's probably too far for you to worry about, but they make contact with the hegemony.
The what now?
It's another government. My time.
Okay.
But yeah, Chon told me you were working for some group and that you were hunting these people anyway. Right?
Yes.
You've been hunting them for some time. That's how you got to the house where they told Chon they were beautiful.
Yes, Aguilar has been on our radar for quite some time. That is correct.
But if Aguilar's not... We thought Aguilar was the driver. Aguilar is just the passenger right now.
Aguilar is a...
accomplice.
Acolyte.
Okay.
If you're trying to... He goes, this is why it's fascinated with the entangled, right? It's why it made itself an AI in the first place. If your obsession is exceeding the capacity of humanity, right? And if you're Aguilar, and that's also your obsession, exceeding the capacity of what a normal human can do, it's the best wagon to hitch yourself to. The AI's become more than human. What is it now? What's its identity? I don't know. But it seems like Aguilar wants to exceed the capability of a normal human. And she has hitched herself to, based on what Chon told me when we were in the thing, to this AI because she thinks that's her best shot.
And if I recall...
No,
go ahead, Kaylee.
And they're both looking at the entangled as possibly a jump start.
Right there.
We know Aguilar is attempting, in at least some part, to go to space, correct?
She has contact. She has company contacts, and
and
all of her data streams were uploading to orbitals.
Well, that was the thing, is that the church is funding her.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking if we could follow the money from the
yeah.
church to her.
Mm-hmm.
But taking out, if we eliminate all of the problems of finding all this stuff, if we destroy Aguilar now, that doesn't solve the problem of the future, because the entity is the bigger problem. It would probably, if we take out Aguilar now, it slows down the progress but doesn't stop it. We have to target the entity.
You are correct, Zed, but even stopping Aguilar may change things significantly enough to give stopping the entity more of a fighting chance.
Because if we stop Aguilar, and because if it's right off planet, which is what the current theory is, it doesn't get off planet, it doesn't meet this thing that gets infected, it dies here on Earth.
Out of the options that we have been presented with, stopping Aguilar from leaving the planet seems to be the easiest to possibly achieve. I need a drink.
Abby goes, look, time for me is running dry. I gotta get back to the thing that I was doing.
Hopefully, you'll find out that this was enough. Or you won't find out that this is enough. That sucks. Even if we succeed, you're not going to know, because then you won't exist unless it's an alternate timeline. Then we wouldn't have done it because your time... I'm still getting headaches.
He looks at you, Joan, and he goes, you're all right, Joan. He goes, try not to worry about it too much. Not everybody gets a happy ending.
We just want to have our ending be a little happier than Kelly Aguilar's and the AIs.
And I think yours will be. So, don't worry about me. He's like, I'm going to get back to my ending now.
Be well.
Good luck. Don't say no to family. It'll help you in the end. You got any other questions real quick?
Nothing I can think of that would be helpful.
Do you still have sandwiches in the future?
Oh my god.
He seems to be searching his brain for a second. He goes, yeah, got that. Translation. Yes, we do.
But you don't call them sandwiches? Wait, you're not talking English?
Quantum translation.
Are you speaking a different language, or like some evolution of English? But you still have sandwiches.
It's
Yes.
Esperanto, but there's a instant translation.
How good are the sandwiches?
Depends where you get them from. Some sandwiches are good. Some are shit.
I like this feature. I'm in. We're gonna fix it because we got to make those good sandwiches.
He goes, I certainly hope so. He goes, good luck, Joan.
Thanks.
And he just disappears, blinks out of existence.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that sure was something.
Well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go to the kitchen. I need some coffee.
Yeah, I think Stitches will probably follow to the kitchen. I'm gonna need something a little bit stronger than coffee.
Will whiskey do?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do.
You can put that in coffee.
Ooh, yeah.
Real question is Maxie going to put on pants?
Please don't.
He hasn't yet. So
Just checking.
So yeah, Zed's gonna go into the kitchen. It's still morning, right? It was morning of this day when this happened.
Yeah.
You just made breakfast and were serving it out on the porch.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So the kitchen's kind of messy from cooking breakfast. Normally, when y'all have seen Zed like in the kitchen cooking, he's very methodical in what he does, like moving from task to task in a very efficient flow. Now, when he goes back into the kitchen and whoever follows, he is like bouncing from task to task noticeably randomly. Like he'll go to clean up a dish and in the middle of wiping it, put it down and start like making toast and then leave that halfway done and go over to the fridge. Like he is just really, really scattered right now.
Chone, as everybody files out of their room, sends off a information request to IOG. Basically, anything they can give me on the benevolent AI, what it's currently up to, etc. Just give me an info dump on that whenever they can. And then I'm going to go out and get some breakfast and witness the randomness.
Okay. Anyone else?
Maxie will pour a couple of fingers of whiskey in 2 rocks glasses. He'll down his briefly and then just kind of look at the group and then nod and then head back to his room. He'll come out a few minutes later in some casual clothing.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Stitches probably also just takes the drink. I don't remember what she was wearing, if anything.
I think Maxie was the only one completely sans
Naked.
clothes.
Bunch of nudists in this strike team.
Yeah, I think Stitches is going to stay with Zed for the moment. And when she, like, after she takes her drink and she notices that Zed seems to be a little off kilter, she'll go up to him, like, if he's at the sink, like, washing a dish, and she just puts her hand on his shoulder and just gives it a little bit of a squeeze. Like, it's gonna be okay, man. Before going back to her room to get changed into a little bit more clothes.
While Zed is going from task to task, just to see how out of sorts he is, Chone he'll when he went to go make toast, Chone will go over and put down some really, really crappy jam that department store jam next to the toaster where there was this really nice freshly made preserves. Replaces the artisanal butter with I can't believe it's not butter. Just kind of doing this about 30 seconds behind Zed to see if they actually ever notice, and then sits back and observes the experiment.
I like to think that in the future it's not called I can't believe it's not butter. It's called you won't believe what this used to be called.
Here's a hint, it isn't butter.
So Zed doesn't notice Chone doing this prank when he sees something in the wrong place or the wrong thing. He just looks at it and stops for a second, and you can kind of see the wheels turning in his head. I thought I got the other thing, but here's this thing. Okay, this goes back, and he thinks he just grabbed the wrong thing, or he doesn't know you're doing it. He doesn't comprehend that. He's just not paying attention. He's clearly lost in his own thoughts. He's stressed out. So he doesn't really see what you're doing at this point.
Okay. When you're putting stuff away, Chone takes the toast and starts eating it.
He goes to the toaster to pull out the toast. It's not there. And he's jiggling the buttons, thinking it got stuck in the toaster. And he kind of hyper focuses on this for a second. So he like picks up the toaster and he's trying to find the toast, and he's
crumbs pour out of that thing.
Crumbs pour out of it onto his face as I'm doing a visual bit on what will be a podcast, but also on YouTube. So you're welcome. And he's very confused about where this damn toast went.
Zed. Chone slides a saucer over that has the other piece of toast. Looking for this.
Oh. Yes. Did I give that to you already? I thought.
No.
Okay. So I'll put the toaster down and pick up the plate with one hand, and I'm eating some toast. This is.
I scraped the burnt parts off for you.
Is this not the peach preserves we got from the market the other day? This kind of tastes fake.
No, that's the strawberry jam that came in the bar.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not supposed to be. It's just it's sugar and strawberry flavors.
Ugh. All right.
What's wrong? Is your mind
I don't know.
blown? Do you have a
Yeah.
sinus headache? Because I'm pretty familiar with those right now.
Yeah, I guess you've been dealing with this for a while, huh? I'm sorry.
It's been a couple weeks. I probably didn't explain it quite right at first. It took a while to kind of catch up. Because, okay, this might not be a very good analogy, but I'm gonna try. Oh, okay, I can do this. Okay, you know the stand mixer over there?
Yeah.
And how, when you normally mix things, you like turn it on like 1 or 2 and it just does a nice little, mix.
Yeah.
But, if you needed to, you could turn it up to 10. And then shit would fly everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yet my brain was at 10 and I was trying to explain things while still talking at a 2.
Yeah.
So shit was flying everywhere and I don't think any of it got on any of you.
It definitely did not. I was confused. Everyone was confused.
I got that. It's been a very crazy few weeks. So I need you to get your head on straight. How can I help you?
I mean, the short answer is not cutting and running when we need to stick together so that we can understand what you need and how to protect you while also solving this impossible puzzle.
Zed,
So,
I do not need a lecture about this right now.
No, you don't need a lecture, but you keep thinking that the way to fix this is by not being here, and that is the opposite of the solution. We have to stick together.
Well, I'm just saying that the safest path for you guys is to not be anywhere near me. But since you're going to be insane and not do that, I guess it's kind of pointless to point that out anymore.
Yeah, none of this is safe or sensible. We have to stick together. We have to keep you alive. We have to take care of you, and we can't do that if you're off by yourself.
You do know I can take care of myself, right? You're not my father.
And when Chone says that, the plate that Zed was holding like flies across the kitchen and smashes on the wall, and Zed just goes ah! and like drops down almost on his haunches, and he is like holding his hands, kind of shaking by the side of his head. And after a second, he kind of still from the ground. I know that. But look, and he stands up and kind of leans on the counter, and he's looking at Chone, but looking kind of past them so that he doesn't have to have eye contact.
When you look up towards Chone, unseen by you, when you had your outburst, jumped off of the little stool that they were on, and is currently standing like in a defensive position with a strawberry jam product smeared butter knife pointed at you.
Yeah, Zed does not see that at all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to react like that, but you don't know this about me. I don't really talk about this, but I spent my entire childhood idolizing my dad and trying to get his attention, trying to be on his radar. And I never was. And he praised the people at the office. He praised the people making the deals. They were always most important, and that's all I wanted to be. And I got out of school, and I made it on my own. I didn't use any handouts. I did everything I could to be the best I could be so that he would see me. And the next time I saw him, he was buying out my business. He was buying out my company. He had no idea it was me. And he didn't care. So then I tried to start over. I started working with some new people. And then an offer came along that I could not pass up. So I took it. And then I started getting more offers and bigger offers. And then I went in to close a deal one day, and it was the people that had helped me after that happened with my dad, and I saw them, and I saw the pain on their faces and the confusion, and something clicked, and I just didn't care. And I became him. And that was the headhunter. That was the corporate shitbag that I was before Omni. And then all of our stuff started happening, and it was just another job. But then everything came together, and I finally figured out towards the end of everything we were doing before we started working with the IOG, I couldn't be that same person anymore. I couldn't ever be better than my dad was if I was just him. And then he kind of actually looks at Chone right there. And I know this is, I'm sorry I wasn't better before. I'm sorry. I wasn't the best I could be. And I'm not claiming I can do anything right here as we're trying to figure all this shit out, but I don't want to be part of that cycle anymore of abandoning family for a job or a mission. It's not right. And all of this shit in the world is because people are trying to just be selfish and just find the next way to evolve or get off on whatever they get off on. And we can't beat it by doing the same thing. We can only beat it if we stick together and we make a plan that is not normal. It's not what it thinks everyone is going to do. And that means being together. And I'm sorry I could not explain that before now. But I'm not going to let us not be together to fight this thing.
After Zed kind of runs out of words, Chon just kind of looks at him for a minute and then puts the knife down, walks over to the fridge and gets the really good preserves and sets them down in front of Zed. I mean, if you weren't your best before, I mean, I'm a little bit worried. I mean, Aguilar and the AI don't know what's going to hit them. I mean, if you're going to turn that up, I mean, don't know if we can handle that.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. I threw up all over the place. I'm sorry.
You needed it. I mean, I spent a week throwing up on you guys verbally, and you put up with that. And I can't say I know what it's like with fathers and sons. I grew up in kind of a group family, and there was a lot of love, and we weren't very successful, but everybody has pieces of their parents in them. It's what you decide to build on that makes you the person you are. And you decided that the parts from your dad that you looked up to were actually toxic and are hurting you. So you're gonna throw them away and move on with what's left. And those are the better pieces. So, I mean, I applaud that.
And you're right. And that's another reason I don't want us to get blown to the winds right now, because I've never been able to kind of figure this out. Until now, we're all, these pieces are, okay, you're going to hit me when I say this, and I'm really sorry.
Oh boy.
But I mean, these
Don't
pieces
fix
are
up
all,
a loaf of bread.
these pieces are all kind of tangled up right now.
I'll allow that one.
So yeah, like this group working together, taking care of each other, figuring out how you got stuck in this terrible situation, making sure it ends up okay. All of this makes more sense to me, and I don't want to stop that.
Well, just if I agree to what you're saying, and I'm not saying I agree to that. I mean, technically, yes, I am saying I agree to that, but you have to understand that I'm worried about you and Maxie and even Stitches. You saw what happened to Apex when we went up against that thing in Kelly Aguilar last time.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are in there comparing wounds and doing whatever weird fetishistic things they want to do with each other. I don't get the whole comparing scars thing. I never will. But they're missing pieces of themselves. They're damaged and they won't get the repair because they're scared of cyber. Fine, whatever. I can't pretend to understand that. But I don't want to lose anybody else. You have
Yeah.
to understand that I'm worried about that more than Abby from the future and what's going to happen 1,000 years from now from humanity. Maybe it's selfish, but I'm more worried about the people that I've lost and the people that I might lose in the near future. But I
know.
also am not your parents, so I can't tell you what to do. I can just suggest that the not dumbass thing would be to run. If everybody wants to be stupid with me, then I guess I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be real stupid together.
Here, make some new toast.
So y'all had heard the dishes smashing in the kitchen, Dot and Maxie. Stitches and Maxie.
Michael and Max,
By-
Stitches and Dot.
Whatever.
I'm fairly sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure Stitches was standing there for basically all of that, weren't they?
She did go to her. It's like she
Okay.
took the shot,
Okay.
gave Zed's shoulder a squeeze and reassurance, and then went to her room to get changed. But I'm gonna say she's having some difficulties, and even though there is plates being thrown in the kitchen, I think Maxie might hear some expletives coming from Stitches in her room.
Maxie, and while that conversation is happening, Maxie got changed. He was coming out of his room into the hallway when the plate smash happened, and I have a feeling that Maxie did one of these just to see what was going on, heard some expletives, and then decided to leave the situation in the kitchen the way it was to go see what was going on with Stitches. Is everything okay?
You you come in to find Stitches with a pair of her pants. Like, she's scooted her feet into the pant holes, and she's trying to, like, pull the pants up with one hand. So she's, like, doing, like, weird herky-jerky motions to try and wiggle the pants onto her butt, and they just keep slipping off. I mean, I never had a problem with walking around naked before, but this is a little too much.
The obvious question would be to ask if you needed a hand, but I feel like that would be in bad taste. So would you like some assistance?
Yes. This is ridiculous. I can put pants on. I know how to put pants on.
You know how to put pants on with two hands.
I can do this.
Yes, you can do this. It will simply take time. But here, let me help. I will pull up. You stand. This shouldn't be too much of a production.
Yeah. She willingly lets you help, but she definitely has like that face of just frustration in what she has decidedly done to herself. The choice that she has made.
I think that's pretty obvious to Maxie, and he does not push the subject
Right.
at the moment.
Yep. Have you checked your dressings at all this morning?
I have not. I do not appear to be bleeding through at the moment.
Stitches doesn't even wait for you to finish your sentence, and she just lifts your shirt up and starts looking at your bandages.
They were exposed all morning.
Well, she's just making sure. You left the room. Something could have changed. Could have popped a stitch, bending over to do something.
Like helping you put your pants on.
Exactly.
Understood. I have certainly felt better, but I believe everything is in order. I've popped enough stitches to be able to tell you if one has popped.
She makes that face at you.
Maxie doesn't realize what he has said.
And then she looks at the non-existent watch on her wrist. Is it pain meta clock yet? Is that what it is?
I don't think so. And then you see Maxie like process for a second. No, I believe we both have taken our meds already, but I would not be opposed to making it whiskey o'clock one more time.
That would be lovely. Yes, please.
However, we may want to wait. I don't know if you heard the breakage in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Something clearly emotional is occurring, and
By the time you guys get to that portion of the conversation, it sounds like it's calmed down.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we should probably at least check it.
Would you care to go first?
I guess chivalry isn't dead after all.
Yes, chivalry, yes.
Yeah, Stitches. I mean, she's still only just wearing like pants and a sports bra, for lack of a better item of clothing to think of. So yeah, she just walks out into the kitchen and assumes Maxie follows her.
Yeah, Maxie's wearing the equivalent of basically like workout pants and like an Under Armour shirt, like just very casual, not quite lounge clothing.
Okay.
Functional clothing.
Athleisure.
Athleisure. I was literally about to go there.
Athleisure.
There you go.
I tend toward the leisure part of that, but yeah, I get it.
Chone, your glow dings with a dossier.
Aha!
Boom.
I'm going to put that up on the display table.
Okay, so it's a full file set. So the full thing is about 5,000 pages. High-level executive summary was that William Grant, who was the founder of Benevolent, was suffering from some sort of terminal illness toward the end of his life, but he had dumped a lot of money into the research of basically being able to copy the brain into AI functions and basically turn the brain into a Type 4 AI. Multiple people had tried it in the past and it never quite worked. Even now, nobody's really sure why it worked that time. And near as the best intelligence shows, that particular method that he used to become the AI has not been replicated.
Chone pauses like the playback at that point, and their eyes get big. Do you guys see that?
I mean, I see the words.
Right. He did a lot of research into how to become an AI, how to upload his consciousness. It's never been successful. It shouldn't have worked. Why didn't it work on him? Because he was different.
Are you thinking he was one of like the entangled thing? Yes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a theory, and that might be why he's after more of the entangled. To assume that, like, subsume them and become more.
To attempt to integrate their mutations into his own?
Yes and no. If the reason he was successfully uploaded to an AI is because he was an entangled, because his brain had these abilities to connect with the quantum foam and to to manipulate the quantum realm, he probably didn't even know he was doing it, but whatever he needed to do to make that jump, he did it instinctually. And that's when and at that point, he probably understood it. Like, just like the first time I used this, I was like, whoa, what the hell? Something unlocked. I mean, this is all, now I have a question that Avi could be very helpful in answering, but now it's too late.
Where?
But it's a theory that's why he's also looking for more entangled. But he's never been able to pop them because the mutations those people aren't awake, if that makes sense.
Where did you receive this information from?
This is from the IOG. It's a background on William Grant and the benevolent, before he became the benevolent AI, how he became the benevolent AI.
Okay.
Yeah. So their official records had him dying. They actually just connected that dot not too long ago after Jackson Howe turned evidence and revealed the identities of La Sagage, which is right about the time that you all know that they found out they were compromised because one of the other people was Alison Quintero from Identico. Jackson Howe actually recruited the AI in himself once he knew it existed, because Graham was just kind of running around doing stuff for about 5 years after he transferred his brain to the system. Neither Jackson nor the IOG knows where the primary central housing facility for his computer is. They do know it's grid connected. They do know he's loose, but he has shielded it from backtrace to a level that they can't get to it. So they've never been able to figure out exactly where it is. He's been an AI now for about 30 years, they think. Based on the source code they're seeing now, they think he's gone through at least 4 or 5 major iteration changes.
If he's looking for entangled, maybe all of those iterative leaps in his code are when he's successfully subsumed one of them. Again, theory, complete theory.
I mean, that makes sense, though. And okay. Where do we even go from here?
Well, you had the idea. We reach out to Marin. Hey, we were working with your daughter when she got taken out by Kelly Aguilar's goons. And
wait, you thought that was a good idea?
It is the best idea we have at the moment for getting us access to Aguilar.
Yeah.
That 100%.
Okay.
Yes, it was a good idea.
Thanks, man.
You are welcome.
Girl.
Woman.
I
Lady.
Person.
Human?
Suffice to say, it's a long dossier. The last major action that the thing took is there was some dust up in Dubai that it got involved in directly.
That was nice phrasing, Alex. That was like you were announcing a boxing match between two former champions.
There you go.
What kind of details from that thoroughly polite dust up?
The scuffle.
There was a raid on something inside of inside of a major tower in Dubai, and near as they could tell, the benevolent AI dispatched itself as Robs to re-intercept the data.
Wow. And how long ago was that from where we are right now?
About 6 months ago. That was the last time that they know that it got directly involved in something, not counting the stuff that was going on with Aguilar. Aside from that, they've got some cross references in there, which actually includes some stuff that you fed them. If you check those cross references, Larry, Moe, and Curly are tracking at least 4 distinct types of mutants that they've seen.
Okay.
Which, Maxie, give me an intelligence check.
Maxie?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I think I know why.
The rhombus and close.
17.
There's something that pops in your head. It was on a display on the boat that you were on with Felix.
Okay.
4 classifications that you saw on the boat when you saw those people being held there.
And do I remember those classifications or just that there were 4 classifications?
M, B, V, and F.
Maxie will inform the group.
They were all
There
listed as like
is-
M type, F type.
There is a memory of the operation with Felix, and then pass along these classifications that were noted on a workstation in the boat. In regards to the strange, Maxie believes in regards to the strange mutations, beings that Felix and he found on the boat, but also further data.
Further
From
one last
sorry.
thing. Further cross-reference shows that the IOG believes it's at least 1, but not more than 3 other loose AIs in the grid, including one that they believe was another successful consciousness upload, not using the benevolent technique, but again, using a different technique. IOG has not yet been able to isolate that entity. It operates mostly in the wastes.
From the IOG records, does the types give us any information? Like type M has these features or powers or anything like that?
Not features or powers. The classification types are basically where they think the mutations like came from.
Oh, okay. Like parts of the body or geographical?
No, who's futzing with it?
Oh. Thought it was like, oh, all these are from Montana.
No.
I'm
Maxie,
a
do you
dummy.
remember any of the name? Were there any like names of the subjects?
No, because the IOG's never successfully captured. You guys got closest to capturing 1 or 2, rather.
Well, Roberto would be
Yep.
one we know of.
The IOG believes, again, this is all like in the intelligence analysis, that there are less than 200 or 300 enhanced individuals on the planet, which means on a planet of 11 billion people, that's not very many. Kind of a needle in a stack of needles. Again, they have suppositions. They believe that some of them were created by the benevolent AI in its attempt at genetic mutations, genetic modification. They know Malfinia has something to do with some of them, which is peculiar, but is there.
Oh.
Benevolent B, Malfinia M, V, and F.
Yeah.
The F ones, classification ones, are ones that came from near the scar. But if you're focusing on the benevolent ones, they believe that benevolent has been using genetic manipulation and that the AI's idea is to eventually use the fact that they create most of the foodstuffs that most of the planet eats to see how many people it can mutate with that. That's the whatever analysts put together some of these summaries. That's basically their best guess.
Does the IOG have a file on Roberto?
No, because you guys never gave them one. They know Roberto exists, but they don't have a file.
Okay.
Y'all never gave Roberto up.
And then we let him get murdered. We are the heroes.
I wasn't involved.
Not involved with that particular murder.
The other one, but not this one.
Based on some of the intelligence they've tried to gather after your dust up with Aguilar in California, they think that the AI is attempting to combine mutation and cyberware to include this funky technology, which is what Marin and his group are after. And this is again where they're double crossing each other, right? But it basically would reverse the Rav technique, right? It would allow something to take control of the human body. That's the thing you had faked up.
Right.
That the IOG said they were sending another team after in Vegas as well. They think that's what Aguilar's working on. So the supposition being that if the benevolent AI can create enhanced individuals through mutation and then install this cyberware in them, it would allow them to remotely take control of people like Roberto, who can, light things on fire with their hands. Which would be handy.
Yeah.
I feel attacked. Gotcha.
Sorry, your humor has totally disarmed me.
When you're checking cross references again, the IOG doesn't think that Aguilar's left Texas. Again, they've got a red notice out against him. There's not many places they can go left.
This whole thing has me stumped.
Badumch.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
so
for shouldering that burden.
You're all the worst.
We just got very punny.
Not me. I can't make puns. I don't know how to do it. I can't think that fast. I'm dumb.
Well, I'd say one hand washes the other, but we've just got one hand right now, so.
Hey, Caleb, you put out your pants on one leg at a time like everybody else.
Deeper suppositions inside the file say the IOG thinks that Aguilar might know where the benevolent AI is housed, but they're not 100% sure. They're not sure how close hold, but somebody has to know because it's got to maintain itself. And Chone, you would know that's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
And a huge power draw. They would have to have a sizable element 121 reactor to just power it.
If Aguilar is one of the people maintaining it, she hasn't left Texas, that means that the AI is probably still somewhere here in Texas.
Possible.
Isn't there some way to be able to see something drawing that much power?
Only if we have access to if they have a element 121 power plant underground that's not on the grid, for example, we wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good thought, but I don't think that technologically, I don't think we can.
Okay. So then does that put us back at the idea of we need to get closer to Aguilar through Mr. Preacher Man so that we can start infiltrating more?
I think we have to.
It's either that or we declare open war and just start taking out her corporate presence.
But we also know that we will die if we engage with her.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's what I was going to say. She has us outgunned and out
By herself, let alone whatever
resources she
agents,
has.
soldiers, resources. Right. We cannot fight her physically. We cannot restrain her. We cannot overpower her.
Is Maxie ever really outgunned?
frequently,
He's about at half strength right now.
as previously proven in said gunfight with minigun using operatives. No, Maxie was going to make a comment on the fact that it would make the most sense for the AI to remain in Texas due to its separatist state.
Yeah, it needs to be somewhere that it can get away from the IOG, the UN, everything.
And not to mention, where do you want to be if you want to go to space?
Also true.
Correct.
It's one of Texas's only major industries, being that they're under sanction and arms embargoes.
I know this would never work and it would be far too risky, but I really wish we could just do something to force her hand to go into space and then just nuke her spaceship.
But Alex already said we can't have nukes. We tried that.
I said I know it won't work.
Yeah, but I mean, aside from nukes, I mean, there's also like tactical laser weapons, right? There's
The problem is
Tactical
if
laser weapons.
suborbital systems.
ships are leaving this planet all the time, how are we going to know
Which is
which one
which?
it's on?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was okay, I hate that I'm going to do this. If I was a malevolent, benevolent AI, I would hide in like a church ship full of, orphans.
What
Going
kind of
into
AI,
space.
Kaylee?
A malevolent, benevolent AI.
Haley, give me a hardware check.
See if my brain just
Well
don't.
done,
Oh, hardware. Jeez, I don't. Okay, where's that skill? Hang on.
Malevolent,
I have that.
benevolent, malevolent,
Do I
benevolent.
get tech head on that?
Yeah.
Is that the new red leather, yellow leather?
I think it is. Malevolent, benevolent. No, oh my god.
Now you're gonna be
36.
tongue-tied.
What was that?
36.
At this
Why don't
stage
you
of
just round
computing, anything big enough to house that AI is going to be a big ship, right? You would almost need to not transport it up. What you'd want to do is you'd want to build a ship in orbit and then just transmit the code data via tether to that ship. You're not going to launch it from the ground. The power requirements and the size of the computer it would need, it's too big. It would have to be orbitally built.
I'll send off another request to the IOG, or if I can get it, of all known current orbital constructions of ship sizes X and higher.
They send you a list back in about 5 minutes. There's 300 of them.
Okay.
Most of them are classified as ore carriers because they send out, as denoted in the SSMC section of the Identical Core Rulebook, they send out ROV carriers to the asteroid belts to grab heavy metals and precious metals out of the belt. And so it's remote piloted, it's all full of ROVs, but it's basically just a big empty vessel that they use to go out there. You could theoretically hide anything in one of those because they're just basically big tankers.
Okay.
Only other thing is there's 3 passenger ships on the manifest that are being built between EM4, that's Earth Moon 4 at that station, and their passenger liners heading out to some of the new settlements in the asteroid belt.
I'm going to send one more message back to the IOG, and this is going to be a big ask. I want to see if I can... Yeah, I might be able to code something very stupid compared to this, but I want to see if they can hook me up with basically a digi. Because I read the rules update.
You did read the rules update. So the short answer is yes, it's going
I'll
to
spend
take...
the 2,000 ID points for it, but...
So the short answer is yes, they can hook you up with a digi-type system.
Okay. And then I will get it. I will see if I can get it chewing on those 300 ships to see if we can narrow it down. I know it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For 5,000 ID points, can it be a didgeridoo system?
I just very much love that it's named Digi because I wanted to say it and watch Dot's face when it happened.
Yeah, I know, you got me.
So if you all would like to know the origin of the Digi system, please go back
Listen
and
to
watch.
Angel City Stories.
Yeah, there you go. It all connects.
Or if you want to know why Dot's looking like she is, go listen to Resting Glitch Face.
Yes.
Also true.
Cross promotion.
Yay!
All right, guys, we did it. Way to go. Everybody have a good night.
We've succeeded at podcasting.
We've plugged all the
done it.
things.
So, are you going to leave a message for Marin before we end the episode?
I think we should if we're so okay.
Because I mean, Dot's got their plan.
So okay.
Stitches
My plan.
Stitches
It's
Stitches
plan.
has a plan.
I'm the game runner. I'm allowed to like mix up your character and stuff.
Okay.
So all right. So we're all agreed that our next step is we need to find where Aguilar is because she's going to lead us to the AI, and then we can drop large rocks on them or whatever it is we're planning on doing. This is just an alternate plan.
Yeah, could we
So
just
to do
pull
that-
something out of orbit?
Yes, that's the whole idea about rocks. I was thinking we could possibly do something. But anyway, Stitches, you had an idea, though. We talked to Marin, say, hey, we were with her. We understand your grief. We liked her, too. You were dating her. I don't know.
Well.
I mean, I have video footage.
No, I thought so. Are you going to the dad who? Because her dad was the head of the church,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the other guy was with her and also died.
Yes.
Right.
But
We're
we
talking about Richard Marin, the head of the church.
Okay.
we also believe that she was acting on her own outside of her father's influence.
Yes. But this would be a way for him to understand what she was doing and what she was into and why she was killed the way she was. If we... I mean, this is going to sound heartless and horrible, but where
It would
is
also
she
drive
to-
a wedge between the pastor and Aguilar.
You
Right.
also were. You also thought that the church was somehow funding Aguilar's operations.
Right. So if he
Did-
finds out that it was Aguilar's people that were the ones to end his daughter...
Well, perhaps that he may be human enough to decide not to fund Aguilar anymore.
I mean, he has found Jesus.
He's spending a lot of souls on those Super Bowl ads.
Oh, we saw that all, didn't
Like-
we?
No, I'm saying literally and spiritually.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a vague memory, but it may be completely fabricated, that something about Eileen's death was on the news, or no?
You haven't checked the news since you got back.
I do that right now.
Yes, it is on the news.
A newspaper flies through the open patio door and slaps against the counter.
No,
you, Johnny
it's all
Danger.
digital.
It's a newspaper.
That kid's got an arm.
As,
Kaylee, I was about to say the same thing.
as Zed flips their glow up to the dig screen. Yeah, it's in the paper. Texas Rangers are investigating the firefight. Right now, the story you're reading in the paper is that she was an innocent bystander who happened to be flying out of there on her way to Acapulco for vacation.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
this will work. I feel it in my bones.
Well, we also have Zed's.
Anyway.
We
But the
also have
newspapers
the
are saying she
feeds
wasn't
from-
involved.
We have Zed's watcher feeds.
You
Right.
do.
So we have video proof of us being there with her and working with her. And then Aguilar's people showing up and mowing us down.
Okay, so who's composing the message?
1, 2, 3, not it.
That's gonna be you, Smooth Tucker.
Yeah, it's what I assumed.
I just have to say, I appreciate the fact that both Dot and Kaylee went with the touch the nose technique.
Nose goes.
Yeah, that was very classy.
I like it.
Yeah, should we send a video message? Should we send a text message?
A video message might be good because he could see us kind of broken, and know that we mean it.
I would suggest including only a short clip of his daughter's presence in the video message so that we can prove we were on site. It may also be enough to garner his attention to want to speak further.
Zed, can I take a look at that footage real quick?
Yeah.
You shoot me a copy. Alex, I'm going to do a quick edit job on it. I'm removing Chone from the footage.
Okay. Give me a software check.
My dice. You've been nice to me. Thank you. That's 64.
Yeah, okay.
I almost maxed out.
Chone has successfully edited themselves out of the footage.
I send it back to you. In case Aguilar and the AI are looking for me. If you transmit that, that could flag something.
Well, I'm definitely not going to transmit that video or send them a file. I'm thinking, okay, so we know that we know he's a big preacher. We know he's got a lot of stuff. I want to make sure this would go to him directly. So could we hire like a courier, like to deliver a message directly to a person?
Yep.
Okay, I want to do that.
How good of a courier you want to hire?
The best, Jerry! The best!
It has to be something, it has to be
reputable.
Yes, because otherwise his security is just going to...
How much are you offering for this courier job?
I mean, I kind of vaguely remember the IOG just giving us a corporate card.
And what I'm asking is how much are you offering?
5K.
Yes?
What's
the going rate? Zed would know good going rates.
Give me a counterintelligence check.
Or
street.
God. I've got skills. I've got these skills.
Are they multiplying?
Well, he is losing control.
I am about to lose control. You bastards.
Did you use your arms?
He used his arms to roll the dice.
Does anybody have the one that'll give Zed a reroll?
Wait, don't I have some talents for this? What are my talents?
I have Dole to reroll one intelligence check.
No, all my talents are about fighting people.
I got a 20. Maxie got a 26 on his counterintelligence check.
Terrible.
If you want to make sure it gets there for sure, 10K is a guarantee.
Then yes.
Okay.
We slipped Zed a note that says 10K.
So what does the message say?
I'm going to write a number on this piece of paper.
Okay, so it's gonna say.
Uh-oh.
To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern.
Hold on. Was there any of the symbolism on any of their get-ups that would identify them as being... Yes. Okay. Just making sure that is also being represented clearly, because I don't want it to be...
You're guessing he's probably got intelligence assets of his own that are going to help you with that. So...
Well, yeah. I just didn't want the video to look like it was just a bunch of random mercs that showed up while we're trying to still pin this on Aguilar.
Yep.
You know?
So what's the message say, Caleb?
It's going to say...
The mercs were wearing t-shirts that said hashtag Team Aguilar.
Hagular. That was bad. I'm vamping while I'm trying to be creative, and it's not working.
Caleb, may I make a suggestion?
Please do.
Perhaps playing on the grieving father type thing and say, something along the lines of, you're being manipulated by the Rangers and the media. If you really want to know who took your daughter out, we were there, and we feel it's our duty to tell you or to help you, or it's God would want you. We felt God would want you to know.
Make sure you send it from an entity called Q.
No, then he'd expect like a shoe phone or an Aston Martin.
I think keeping it short and simple. I mean, I put it in the chat, but something like that, like saying we know who really took her from you, or on the lines of what Kaylee said too.
Yeah. Very, very short and to the point. We
were there. We have answers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me a deceit check.
That's not deceit, though.
All right, fair enough.
I'm not trying to.
I mean, that's
I
fair.
believe you just rolled a nat 20 against the game runner.
No, again, fair.
No,
Fair.
I'm writing a truthful statement that we were with your daughter at her unfortunate demise. We have accurate information that is not tainted by the media or police interference about how and about why she died and who is responsible.
Okay.
Say it. The message is much less clinical, though.
Yeah.
I feel that would be very heartstring tuggy.
I'm gonna say give me an insight check.
That doesn't use your arms, so you should be good.
I have the writing skill.
All right, I'll let you do that.
I would like to use my writing skill.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I mean, you are essentially making a PR statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. That was a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
I switched to my Cthulhu dice.
All right. So you write the statement and hand it off to the courier, and it goes off. And that's where we're going to stop this episode, is with the message off to the courier. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We should be back in 2 weeks on the 28th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you had a decent Valentine's Day. I hope you spent it with loved ones. I hope your 2023 gets better. Caleb, where can folks find you on the internet?
I am on the socials at the Caleb G. You can also hear me and see some of my writing reviews of various tabletop products over at the RPG Academy, their website and podcast. And if 2023 gets better and allows me to do so, I'm going to be kicking off some more fundraising work with point5past.org on the socials at P5past. If I ever have a moment to let my brain function properly.
Also, he's got a really cool idea for an Identico story that him and Michael from the RPG Academy were working on.
Also, I was talking to Mallow and have like a dozen more ideas.
I'm waiting to see some of these because they should be good. So
I have them written down. I'll send them to you.
okay. Dot, where can folks find you?
Mostly on the Twitters, .matrix_01, as well as hosting with Gaming with Gage and Friends and Resting Glitch Phase. We are starting to record for season 3.
Woo! That's awesome. And I'm gonna do Michael and Kaylee together because there's a big milestone for where we often hear Michael and Kaylee. What's going on, guys? Tell me about Redemption.
Well, I was going to say that you can't really find me anywhere anymore because after 7.5 years of show, over 150 episodes, over 200 hours of audio, the Redemption podcast story has come to an end as of this past Monday. Our final episode 810, it dropped. And we got some good closure there, I think. Is that the end of the stories for those characters? Probably not. Maybe. Who knows?
The end? Question mark.
There you go. Can they find it on youtube.com/redemption podcast?
Something like that.
And all their favorite podcatchers.
That's definitely where they can find that.
For
Y'all,
sure.
go check out Redemption. There you go, too. You get a nice beginning, middle, and end. So now you can have like 8 season worth. And I'm going to push this one out because I've had a bunch of people be like, at my store who were like, I want ones that like end so I can feel like I'm getting somewhere, you know, but they like to listen to stuff at work. And I'm like, okay, now I got you. Now Redemption.
If you listen to it like 1.5 times, you'll be able to get through the whole thing in like half a year.
There you go. But no, let's do it at good times because these are talented folks. Michael, where else can they find you on the socials?
So as Kayla mentioned, Redemption is coming to an end. Please give us a listen. Go back, listen to the old stuff, catch up to the new stuff. You got plenty of time because you do now.
You do.
You can also find me on the socials at LoserMLW, mostly on Twitter. You can catch me on Rook and Rasp on Wednesdays now. I am on a new show that's Dragon Age RPG. It is called A Time of Masks and Daggers.
Is that every Wednesday, my friend?
That is every Wednesday
Awesome.
at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then you can find me here. And then you can also find me on Tubular Teens with Titans, the Super Sentai or Super Saiyan, Power Rangers-ish
Super
audio
Salami?
drama. Super
You gave me
Salami.
crap about benevolent.
I know, but you did it well, and I obviously screwed it up. So yes, the Super Salami show.
Wait, that's identical after dark.
That's after dark. I play a character called Harbinger on that show, which is the main villain, and it's a lot of fun to choose scenery. And we are getting ready to start recording season 2.
That is awesome. And Kaylee, can they find you on the socials?
Yeah, I'm still on Twitter right now at Anime Girl, and I'm also Anime Girl at Dice Camp if I occasionally post on Mastodon, but that's about it right now. I don't have any other projects other than Identico going on right now.
Oh, well, see, we need to. We'll just need to add more Identico projects. Yes, I'm still working on a cast for the next Identico show. It's coming. I promise. I promise, folks. I'm this close. Casting these shows is not easy. For those that want to know about actual plays, finding a good group of people is hard.
I mean, sometimes you end up with us.
No, not end up.
Alex, I have to ask Alex, how hard is it?
It's so painful. I've actually got most of the next piece
see a
written,
doctor.
and what's great is all this stuff from Chaos Inc. is going to feed into that other show. It's so good. I don't have my cast lined up yet, but we're getting there. We should be back for Identico After Dark tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok at Alex the Human. I'm there on Instagram too, but I'm never on Instagram. TikTok and Twitter are my jams. Go check us out at youtube.com/Identico if you want to watch all the back episodes of Angel City Stories, Chaos Incorporated, all our one-shots like Deep in the Heart of Texas and Merry Heismas and all the fun stuff. We have so much content for you. Special thanks to Kaylee for being our editor for all of our YouTube stuff. It really, really helps us out. And the store will be reopening on Saturday, so you can come see me there in Linwood, Washington at noon. Yay. I'm so tired. It's been... I'm so tired. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back with more Chaos Inc. in 2 weeks. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we'll see you next time. Bye.